Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. In the book of Ruth, we find Boaz showing wonderful grace towards Ruth and Naomi as he allows Ruth to glean in his field. Even though she was a foreigner, even though she was from the land of Moab, of all places, still he allowed her to come in and glean in his field to gather food for herself and for her mother-in-law. And he tells her this in chapter 2, in verse 8. It says, "Then Boaz said to Ruth, 'Have you not heard, my daughter? Do not go to glean in another field. Furthermore, do not go on from this one, but stay here with my young women.'" And then later on he says, "And if you are thirsty, go to the water jars and drink from what the young men draw." So he says, don't glean in another field. I want you to glean in my field. I want to bestow upon you a blessing. I want to be the one that allows you to have the proper food that you need for yourself and for your mother-in-law. And by the way, if you get thirsty, we have water for you. Drink of the water that the men draw. And as such, he encourages her to work in his field. And of course, Boaz, as the kinsman redeemer, becomes a great type of Christ himself. And there's so many different ways that Boaz fits that type. But we see it here because Boaz wants her to work in his field. And in doing so, he promises her water by which she would not thirst. And that's exactly what Christ invites us to. He wants us to glean in his field. Christ wants us to reap of the blessings that he gives. In Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 3, we're told that we are blessed with every spiritual blessing in the heavenlies, in connection to Jesus Christ, through Jesus Christ. And Christ would tell us the same thing that Boaz told Ruth. Don't glean in another field. Glean in my field. I'm the one that has the blessings. I'm the one who wants to bestow grace upon you. Glean in my field. And yet too often we as believers, we do start gleaning in other fields. Even though Christ has a rich supply to supply us, even though Christ has everything to satisfy us, oftentimes we go to the things of the world, to other fields to try to find satisfaction and nourishment. But in the end, we can only find true nourishment through Jesus Christ. But then also, it's only through Christ that we have our thirst quenched. While we are gleaning in the field, we find satisfaction, but we also find that our thirst is quenched. As he told her to, if you are thirsty, go to the water jars and drink from what the young men draw. And especially in the Gospel of John, we have this idea brought out, particularly in chapter 4, where Christ says, I have water that if a person drinks of it, he'll never thirst again. And Christ definitely promises that life-giving water. And in chapter 7 of John, he even says, if anyone is thirsty, let him come to me, and out of his heart or out of his innermost being will flow rivers of living water. And so Christ can satisfy us in a way that none other person can, and no other thing can. And so today we'd be encouraged to just glean in Christ and drink in Christ, to find our full satisfaction in Christ. We are like Ruth, we are foreigners, we were outsiders, but Christ has invited us in to glean in his field and to drink of his water, of his life-giving water. And so we do this by taking in Christ by faith, walking before him, placing our faith in him. And as we place our faith in him, as we dedicate and devote ourselves to him, he brings in the life-nourishing food and the life-nourishing drink for us to be fully satisfied in our souls and to help us to make it through the work that we have to do here on this earth as we go out to bear fruit for the Father. So let's take this to heart as we read the book of Ruth, and let's be encouraged by this story and allow it to draw us all the more closer to Christ and to want to glean in no other field but his, and to drink that life-giving water that he supplies. So these are some things we can reflect on and think about as we do our reading today. With that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.